Hi, my name is Alex Zhang, and in this video, I will be explaining how to do a Calculus BC free response question, number 2 from 2005. The question says, the curve above is drawn in the xy plane and is described by the equation in polar coordinates r equals theta plus sine 2 theta for 0 to pi, where r is measured in meters and theta is measured in radians. The derivative of r with respect to theta is given by dr over d theta equals 1 plus 2 cosine 2 theta. Part A says, find the area bounded by the curve in the x-axis. The formula for a polar curve is given by half times the integral from a to b of r squared, which for us is half times the integral from 0 to pi, which is our boundaries, of theta plus sine 2 theta squared d theta. And if we were to plug that into our calculator, it would look like... So it's half times the integral from 0 to pi of theta plus sine 2 theta squared d theta. And that equals 4.382. Part B says, find the angle theta that corresponds to the point on the curve with the x-coordinate, -2. So we are given that r equals theta plus sine 2 theta, and we also know that x equals r cosine theta. So to get r cosine theta, we multiply r by cosine theta and then cosine theta on the other side. And then we get x equals theta plus sine 2 theta, all multiplied by cosine theta. And then we can plug in -2 for x, and from there solve for theta. We can use our calculator. Here is the equation solver. So we can make it so 0 equals, move the 2 to the other side, 2 plus theta plus sine 2 theta times cosine theta. And here it lets us have a guess. Our guess should be, since the interval is from 0 to pi, let's put something in between, 1.5. And then we press solve. And we get theta equals 2.786. Part C says, for pi over 3 to 2 pi over 3, dr over d theta is negative. What does this fact say about r? What does this fact say about the curve? So we know that a negative slope means a decrease in value, and a decrease in an r value means it's getting closer to 0. So that means it's getting closer to the origin, which is at 0. So r is decreasing from pi over 3 to 2 pi over 3. The curve is getting closer to the origin. Part D says, find the value of theta in the interval from 0 to pi over 2 that corresponds to the point on the curve in the first quadrant with the greatest distance from the origin. Justify your answer. We know that the possibilities for theta are either the endpoints 0 and pi over 2 or the critical value point. So to find the critical value points, we set the derivative equals 0. The derivative is given as 1 plus 2 cosine of 2 theta. So we set that to equal to 0, and we solve for theta, which is pi over 3. So our possibilities then are 0, pi over 2, and pi over 3. Then we plug in each of those specific values into our polar equation, which is given by r equals theta plus sine 2 theta. And so we know that plugging in 0 gives us a 0. But plugging in pi over 2, let's try that. So we put in pi over 2 plus sine 2 times pi over 2 equals pi equals 1.571 right here. And let's try pi over 3. Pi over 3 plus sine 2 times pi over 3 is 2 pi over 3, which is 1.913. And there we get that the greatest value would be 1.913 out of the 3. And so the value of theta with the point that has the greatest distance from the origin, it would be pi over 3. So theta equals pi over 3. Other problems I recommend with the same concepts are free response questions, number 2 from 2011, Form B, number 2 from 2013, and number 2 from 2014. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it helped.